one, fingers crossed, for a while. So we'll just quickly go through the agenda now. So we have apologies from Phil Lyons and also a lateness from Graham Webber. And we got an acceptance from Ray, but he hasn't arrived yet. Mover and a seconder for that. Apologies. Thank you, Phil, and thank you, Roger. All those in favour? Aye.
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 Pass and pass. Thank you. All right. Disclosure of members' interest. Whether there are none, very good. And any late items? No. Okay, let's go on. Confirmation of the order of meeting. A mover and a seconder. Was that Jim? And thank you.
Oh, well. Yep. Poto.
And Poto, thank you. In favour? Aye.
Aye.
Against and passed. Okay. So we're just going to go for the minutes of the last meeting, which was June the 24th. So these are pages 7, pages 8, 9, 10 and 11. Any details, any questions? A mover and a seconder, please. I'll move and Philip will second. All in favour? Aye. And against? Pass. Thank you. Okay, now we're very quickly moving to the next point of issue. Here we go. This is the presentation. Now I'm guessing that Shelley has arrived.
Yes.
Oh, there she is. Hello.
Yep.
There you
Hello,
go. Nice
how are
to see
you?
Hello, welcome to this meeting, and we're just presenting now for your report. Would you like to take us forward through that?
Yeah, sure. I'll just cover off just a bit of a high-level summary of the report, if that was okay, and I'll just take the rest of it as read and go from there in terms of any comments or questions around the summary. Is that acceptable?
Yep, that will be fine.
Yeah, so the purpose of the report is basically just report back on the consultation that was undertaken. I think you guys, the committee saw this in May earlier in the year. So we've been out and we've sought feedback. And so this paper is just really just trying to get your endorsement around the summary of submissions and proposed recommendations prior to going to the Council Committee on the 6th of October. So the summary document and recommended changes has also been supported by the reference group and been working with them in terms of developing these. We've received 21 submissions. And 134 points across the board around all the different sections. So the submission form was open basically for each chapter in the RMP that they could support, oppose, or be neutral, or provide some commentary around that. So that's where the 134 comes from. Of those submission points, there was 25 that had comments in that. So that is what's been summarised in the submission summary report, and a bit of a high-level summary around the support, oppose, neutral in terms of how they, what their status is on the chapter. Yes, so of the 25 comments that we did receive, there was some 4 key points, which is also summarised in your report. So yeah, I don't know if there's any questions around those. So the big one really was around the cultural harvesting and just making sure we give that proper recognition. Yeah, so that's pretty much the high-level summary. You also note in the submission summary report as well that there's a few submitters that we've said submitter details withheld, and that is because they've had checked the box that they don't want their details public. So that's why they're there. Most of those, I think, only put a submit, support, oppose, or neutral in each of the topic matters. So yeah, that is a very high-level summary around those. Is that enough detail if I've taken the report as read, or how would you like to proceed on that?
Perhaps, is there any questions from the rest of the committee? I see that we've had a couple of suggestions around dogs and the response to that and the process. Is that a comfortable one to be allowing? Yep.
Yeah. So it's just broadening out the definition there and being accurate. Yeah, around assistance to dogs. Yeah. Rather than just seeing eye.
Anybody else with some thoughts?
Are there any matters that, Shelley, you are looking for direction on?
No, I think it's been very supported in terms of the whole process, high level detail of support. So there are those 4 key issues. I think they're fairly clear. I don't think there's any big or controversial issues that need specific points on, but it's just really coming back to you to seek your support around those. Yeah.
The point brought up about poison use, I mean, is that currently done, or is that something to do more with trapping and that kind of thing? I didn't realise that poison actually was actively used.
We do use poison, Elwyn, but it is for the trapping, as you say.
It is.
Baiting.
Yeah.
And
Baiting
so
stations.
some of the traps, they've got really small apertures for the mice or the rats to get through.
Yeah, I understand that.
Ellen, the poison issue is still, it's a tool that the trust would want to retain, and it's not aerial applications now to be ground-based, but
Exactly.
the people who are objecting are objecting on principle, I suppose, and I wonder whether the response back to them is just whether we just acknowledge their objection, or whether we tell them that it's intended to continue using that as one of the tools that the trust has.
Okay. Cool.
It might be poking the stick into a beehive, but
yeah.
I don't think we should just ignore it.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So status quo. Yeah. Reiterate that.
Just an open question. At this point, do we feel that tangata whenua have a high level of comfort with the management plan, and we've got nothing else we need to talk about?
No, and that's certainly the communication I've had with Linda Te Aho. Poto's probably involved in that as well, I think. Yeah, around that. So I don't know if you want to say something else around that, but yeah, the conversations that I've had have been quite supportive in terms of the changes, and yeah. Poto, do you want to say anything into that? Or?
Yeah, well, we're really pleased with the end result, and also with the positive feedback through the submissions as well. So that's really, really pleasing. One of the other things we discussed at our MEIT board hui the other night was how do we implement co-management on the maunga? And this is and so we discussed how the reserve management plan will fit that bill really nicely. So we're looking forward to living it on the maunga virtually. But otherwise, no, great, the trustees are happy, the whānau are happy with the submissions as well, and how the whole plan overall is looking.
Yep.
Oh, Alwyn, you're on mute.
Oh.
Okay, back again. Here we are. I was just saying that the support from the submissions were really in 99% really supportive. There were only a minor few details that came through, and the document certainly is a engaging one and very supportive for all of the parties that are involved, which reflects on the last 20 years of history, really, of how well people have gone together forward. And this actually brings it into a more clarified step for the future as well. So well done, you guys.
Yeah, I think it's been a great collaborative project actually, and it's been working quite well, I think, between all parties that have been involved. Yeah. And
it's been amazing. I don't know the normal responses, but to see your QE2s and Waikato Tainui, all sorts of people have taken note and engaged with it. So that really gives you a positive, because it's gone widely.
It has, yeah. So yeah, correct me wrong, or Sally, or and I think the letters went out to everybody that was involved in the first stage. That was obviously a few years back in that, and also there's been lots of other key players along the way that have also been directly notified as well as being open. So
Chair, could I ask a question?
Yes.
Well, comment to Becca. I thought it was an outstanding piece of work. It was very readable, and I like the simplicity of the way you presented the submissions. And I'm wondering, Chair, if you want someone to move a motion to accept this or support it, I'm happy to.
Yes, I'm looking for
Thank
a
you.
mover and a seconder. Jim, thank you. All right, all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Passed. Wow,
Done.
well done,
Thank you.
you
That
guys.
was really quick and efficient.
Yeah, it's an efficient team here, I tell you. But
It is.
yeah, no, it was a really, really good document. You did great.
Thank you very much for that. That was
Thank
a
you.
great team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it makes it easy to forward it on.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
It's
does.
presented so nicely.
If I can, through the chair, just to note that I think it's great to get through a reserve management plan review and have everybody in support and not require hearings through this process. So very much well done to Anna, who's sitting next to Alwyn, and also to Shelley and the team at Becca. It's great to see that we've actually achieved a great document, and look forward to taking this through to the Strategic Planning and Policy Committee next month. So thanks for the effort, team. It's really well done.
It's been great. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thanking you.
Cool.
Thanks,
Thank,
Sally.
thank you, Anna, as well.
Yes. There is just also that other final step, which once we've got council's endorsement, we will be sending it on to
ministerial.
the minister for approval. And so then we'll be fully adopted and able to distribute it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. All
Great.
right. Well, I can declare the meeting closed.
Great. That must be the fastest meeting you've had.